What's good? NxtGen, voice of the youth. If I don't speak for you, who will? Look, SBTV. Yo, my name is NxtGen or Sean Donnelly. Are you gonna click dislike? Probably, but I'm not another one of these wannabes. This is not a recession, blood, it's a robbery. Where we're living is manic. I've had enough, man, I just can't hack it. Government start killing the planet while you're being brainwashed by Britain's Got Talent. David Cameron, what a prick. Is in it for the rich, the poor have got ditched. Waste man spitting politics. Nah, mate, I'm just spitting on his shit. These rappers take your money and use ya. You really think they give a fuck about your future? Losers, chatting about shooters, useless. Press play and they just abuse us. Anyways, back to the point. The government's all right to destroy, playing with the poor man's life like toys. So this is going out to all the girls and boys. We can't sit down and keep watching. We need to stand up and stop it. Cost of living's going up like a rocket, but cop benefits, man, this is shocking. All our public services flog it. Fuck them, let's make a quick profit. Yeah, and that's their target, putting public money into private pockets. Let's start with the NHS, which the rest of the world they say is the best, huh? But it's dead and laid to rest, so the greedy bastards can make the checks. What? Your mum's got cancer? She ain't got much time left? Well, if you don't pay up, it's a big fuck you and she's left for dead. What kind of society is this when pigs are profiting off of dying kids? You need to open both eyelids, this shouldn't be the way that life is. And the bedroom tax the same, robbing the poorest to cause them more pain. Poor Stephanie Bottrell committed suicide because she couldn't afford to pay. Just a poor old Grant Cameron, you've got blood on your hands. 2/3 of disabled man, the vulnerable are made to walk the plank. We had to bail out the banks, and it cost us fucking trillions. Tax avoidance every year is up to 100 billion, so get it drilled in. Yeah, we're in so much debt. Oh, it was left by Labour, I guess. TV and press stress that the poor are bleeding the economy with benefits. Bollocks. And you know this, what about the bankers' million bonus? MPs in the flashy motors while the poor are being kicked out and made homeless. Atos, bloody disaster. Force people with terminal cancer to work in Tesco and Asda. You really can't make this crap up. But you know what's killing it? You actually believe these hypocrites. They got you hating people on the benefits, demonising the immigrants. But it's them in the suits, G, the bad guys in this horror movie, tripling your kids' fees for uni, chopping disabled benefits like Bruce Lee. So just remember, the government just has one big agenda. Blame people claiming benefits and then win again at the next election. While they make billions in the private sector, buried in sand your heads are. And big companies avoid huge amounts of tax, I'm at the end of my tether. Bankers, Tories, royals, their hearts are empty. Got the poor fighting the poorer, right under your nose are raking in plenty. And fuck these greedy landlords with their extortionate rent. G's, did you know 1 in 4 kids will be living in poverty by 2020? I beg your pardon, kids begging for food because they're starving. While the rich are laughing, Cameron gets 50k a year to pay for his garden. Taking jobs, benefits, hope. How are disabled people gonna cope? Rap for last, don't be daft, it's no joke. Kids get bullied for the make of their clothes. And while I work off my ass, Vodafone don't pay a penny in tax. Starbucks, Amazon, Barclays, Google, eBay, Apple, they all do that. I want the youth to understand, so I cut out the boring political crap by giving Jamal lyrical facts and pointing out these sick criminal acts. Who were the EDL? A bunch of racist wasters, it's sad. Using Lee Rigby's murder just to create hatred against Islam. It's mad, cause who is the real terrorist? Yes, you guessed it's the man. Kill innocent fams digging around for shit in the ground, building the pounds. So get out of this daydream, because of these awful changes. 3 food banks a day are made in the 7th richest nation, I ain't faking. The whole country's affected. Leader of the Lord's unelected. Democracy, my rectum, everybody stand up, don't accept this shit. So much more to say, so much more to do, so little time. Peace.
You see a little wigger trying to act black. I see a lad who loves and follows the culture of rap. You see another black thug, I bet he's selling drugs. I see a lad whose life's rough, he's gotta stay tough. You see a bloke in a wheelchair, bet he's faking it. People that automatically think that make me sick. You see a dirty lazy tramp begging on the street. I see a broken man who's given up to defeat. You see a smackhead junkie waste of space. I see someone who uses to take away their pain. You see a red-faced pisshead you can't understand that this man can only escape pain inside if I can. You see a fat bastard stuffing their face with food, but how do we know their problems? We don't walk in their shoes. You see another single mother getting benefits. I see a strong woman who's always been there for her kids. You see a bin man, crap job, bad choice. I see a man doing something more important than yours. You see the NHS failing, yeah, it's gone to shit. I see it being cut to bits so they be flogging it. You see students have it easy, bet they're loving it. I see the lower class getting screwed by the government. You see another foreigner taking over our land. I see a man who has nothing, it's his only chance. You see a man who talks truth and wants to help. I see a politician who only cares for himself. You see a paper telling you the true news. I see a business pushing their own views. You see an advert for a really good charity. I see the bosses on stupidly big salaries. You see the big bankers helping you save money. I see the real greedy pigs that are bleeding the country.
So here I am, standing alone in the open. I'm here with a message, hoping to repair what's broken. Nature is struggling, humanity's not on track. We've got our heads in the sand and our pride intact. We seek fulfillment through wealth, but do we achieve it? We want prosperity through consumerism, but is it worth it? Have we actually found freedom, or have we lost it? Because all we do is follow a system and never really challenge it. Can you relate to that? Or is the world too blind to see? I'd always seek the truth, but care what my peers thought of me. I saw a different perspective and struggled by the hour. You see, I knew ignorance was bliss, but knowledge could give me power. So now I call for humanity, not just for one nation. I'm opposing separation and standing up to segregation. Whether religious or atheist, in essence we're the same. Stereotypes are man-made, and it was man who created the game. But are we actually ready to accept this and wake up? Can we put our naivety on the line, or are we always going to collide? Are we ready to make a difference? Do we venture into the unknown, or do we stay in our comfort zones and keep on taking the easy ride? Because at sea, it's ships that are safest at shore. But no, that's not what ships were made for. So ask yourself this, why are you really here? You may find that deep, but my question really is sincere. For my generation, are we misled as a youth? Do we rub off our true purpose due to false misleading truth? Are we prone to propaganda? Are we prone to wrong information? Are we taught to judge each other based on religion, sex, race, culture, class, nation? The list goes on. The moral of this poem may be hard to grasp. I know it's not something usually heard, and it's not your average task. But the point is to stop damaging what we cannot recreate. We shouldn't prioritise selfish desires and let them decide our fate. However, let me tell you, in no way am I perfect and in no way am I better than you. I mean, yeah, I wrote this message myself, but it applies to myself too. So it's time to start improving, and it's time to start speaking, because resources are lowering and poverty is increasing. We allow cities to get larger, buildings to get taller, but trees to get shorter and forests to get smaller. We're an ingenious species. We could easily change everything, but we're made to think different due to decades of conditioning. We conform to education to confirm our own security, yet it's a biased institution that makes wisdom hold obscurity. Is it actually correct? And does it actually judge intelligence? Or is it just listening to our elders and improving our obedience? Are possessions an illusion of worth? Are we tricked in our thinking? Are we trying to buy wholeness, and are we trying to buy meaning? Do they always give joy? Do they distract us from reality? Do they determine our identity, and do they alter our morality? I mean, what are our goals? This really isn't a joke. Can happiness be superficial and our routine a hoax? Do we live for the wrong things whilst the right things choke? Is mainstream TV legit, or can it dictate our attractions? Does it actually bring us together, or does it separate us into factions? We categorise each other via a social hierarchy, but status is made by humans, so who really are we? Is ego destroying eco? Are the real problems disguised? Do we really know the truth, or does our society feed us lies? Are we actually filling our voids, and does money hold any true weight? Could we drop our precious comforts to renew our planet's state? It really is time to stop living our lives in shells, because doing nothing for others is the undoing of ourselves. We're all from the same source, so let's see it for what it's worth. We only have one home, and that home is planet Earth. So are our laws actually just, or can power avoid the prison? Are our governments really innocent, or are they flawed in their decisions? Do they actually care for all life, or only for their own health? Do their motives come from morals, or do they just want power and wealth? They try to justify a war on terror, but it's lasted for over a decade. It's caused 1 million deaths, so don't you think they've overstayed? Is patriotism necessary? Can't we see it's prejudicial? Have we forgotten our common grounds, and have we forgotten what's artificial? I mean, am I truthfully British? Am I really European? Am I actually a Western person, or am I just a human being? See, the media highlight the smallest of tragedies in first world countries, but fail to cover that over 90 million worldwide have died from hunger in 12 years. So where do our priorities lie? Britain, China, Russia, America, France, Syria, Iran, Israel, Jordan, Iraq. Whether Western or Middle East, everyone deserves peace. No more national wars, no more bodies deceased. Let's come together as one and keep humanity in one piece. So are we going to be responsible? Are we going to take a stand? Are we going to change our ways and play our cards on the other hand? I'm not saying I have all the answers, and I'm not forcing any suggestions. I'm just saying it's about time we see things differently, and it's about time we ask some questions. So what will you do? How much will you allow? This is my call for humanity to create a change, and the time to start is now.
New World Order.
Cover-ups of corruption.
They call them residential centers with fences.
I'm here to talk about these FEMA camps.
They don't exist.
So why was it put into that bill?
New World Order.
See, we're all trapped in a system, and it all moves like clockwork. We're designed to depend on a piece of the cake. What it's like the elites of rockworms, of the food they're distributing's got germs, of the water dumbs you down in the long term, and spray shit in the ear. That's why man deform and look like something from wrong turn. They say it's us humans on earth. I refuse to believe that dog turd, cause what the Mayans drew had me concerned. So I don't need anything to be confirmed. We got artists dying of overdose when we all know it's for saying the wrong words. It starts with I and it's one word. See, I just opened your mind with one verse. Cause our government are the terrorists. Then they jump on the news and brainwash you lot, saying next country's a terrorist. Look at the Boston bombings, get a grip, or September 11th, demolish. Hella sick, these man are devilish, worship Satan, while the country's scraping by and you still pay tax benefits. False flag, that we're not on the base of the mole plans. So they say someone ran up in Sandy Hook with a strap and started murking the whole class. All this brother from Woolwich said the decapitated man shot it, cause you can see him in the background, no blood, more like man's been sleeping than ducked. And then look what popped, Facebook turned racebook and the burnt cup of moss. That's the true meaning of brainwash, man, the idiots, can't you see what the aim was? They know everyone's waking up, and if we unite there's not a chance where we're taking fuck. So they make us individuals while they're doing rituals, don't believe the gas because they make it up. Cause our government are the terrorists, then they jump on the news and brainwash you lot, saying next country's a terrorist. Look at the Boston bombings, get a grip, or September 11th, demolish. Hella sick, these man are devilish, worship Satan, while the country's scraping by and you still pay tax benefits. You see, everything's planned from day. It's all one big countdown. Never knew shit, then I took the red pill, and I couldn't believe my ears when I found out. They don't take kindly to loud mouths. Sometimes man just disappear. It's fuckery to hear. They'll clear your existence, delete your Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud. It's all hot, fuck a weatherman. Man should research fam accounts, get a tank, and then drive into every bank, get a shank, and then run riot with every man. Cause when it kicks off, let me tell a man, don't think you can beg a man for a second chance. Don't think for a second fam that they give a damn, but I'll never stand for the shit that they give a man. Cause our government are the terrorists, then they jump on the news and brainwash you lot, saying next country's a terrorist. Look at the Boston bombings, get a grip, or September 11th, demolish. Hella sick, these man are devilish, worship Satan, while the country's scraping by and you still pay tax benefits. Our government are the terrorists, then they jump on the news and brainwash you lot, saying next country's a terrorist. Look at the Boston bombings, get a grip, or September 11th, demolish. Hella sick, these man are devilish, worship Satan, while the country's scraping by and you still pay tax benefits.
Herbal tea production.
Tabanacle,
Black Triangle.
ha. We walk the dirt and the granite and we will survive. Running scared of the masses, now the fear in the rise. We stand ready to fight when the dragon will rise. Till they open up the earth, even black in the skies. Cause we steady coming and we spreading like a plague. Cities evil trying to stop us, ain't getting in our way. It's a message to the people in the city full of slaves. Sick of living in the system, they ain't never gonna change.
Creeping, I sense the trouble lurking beneath me. The demons, they're crumbling the earth into pieces. These fuckers trying to burn me for treason. Emergency meeting, cover up and serve for the reason. So we tell them that we've had enough. Energy Energy accumulates, mercenaries gather up, centering a huge debate. Turbulence is massive up, merging to a rapid crush, turn them into ash and dust.
Darkness, I feel it, it's danger. Panic, I see hidden in the face of a stranger, and distrust in the face of my neighbour. Paranoia spreading through the veins of a traitor. There's no escape from the judgment that's waiting. The hundreds escape in the jungle of mazes. The thunder and rain and the masks on the faces. The heartbeats are racing, the darkness we facing. We emerge from the shadows in the cities asleep. Through the hurt, through the panic, through your living of greed. Sudden surge on the planet, people filling the street. And we can occupy the land of every city you see. Took control of our lives and it keeps in debt. So many lies have been told, too many secrets are kept. And if you ever thought they didn't, you ain't seeing it yet. You need to open up your eyes, start seeing a threat. We've been kept in the cradle while this evil evolved. In the battle for our minds and the key to our soul. Trying to stop us on the rise so they keep us at home. Cause they don't ever wanna see us put their evil on hold. So put the tents down, we in the trench now. Head down, fighting for the cause we represent now. Tear the fence down, waving a flag. We ain't stopping in our track till we brought the whole net down. So we spreading like the venom of a virus. Expect us anonymous, we never will be silenced. Code so encrypted, they will never be deciphered. You can step forward and test us, try us, arrest us, deny us. You will never stop us, even breathless and lifeless, defenseless and frightened. We finding a way to bring an end to the violence, the lies that define us, and people that pretend to be righteous. So we here standing in defiance to take back the power of triangular alliance, to seek out the teachings that they wrote on papyrus and secrets they stole with the gold of the Mayans. But I know now that no one man is an island, so when you see me coming, I'll be standing with the titans. An army full of warriors, a band full of pirates, a legion of masks and a handful of snipers.
The power force emerging from the darkest of corners, marching with an army of warriors, starting disorder. Arson on the bastards that haunt us as masters for paupers. Masters in torture and lawless when we pass in these borders. Hackers and shooters are riding with the mightiest team. Backing computers are grinding through the eyes of the screens. Rappers and looters are fighting all these giant machines. Rapidly rioting, fighting all the lies that deceive. Cracks in the climate from chemicals released in the air. Capturing minds and kettling the sheep with despair. Fracturing spines, I'm severing the beast in the lair. Demons appear from hell and bring the deepest affairs. Black triangles appearing in the midst of the sky. Scriptures with rhymes and pixels that I'm bringing to life. Shimmering lights and pictures that one trip can ignite. Crippled inside, this system is a primitive lie. Black triangle.